How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Bowhunter. My name's Tyler. We're out deer hunting today. It is October 4th, and it is currently 4:13 in the afternoon. I'm hunting the same food plot that I did opening day. Just started learning about the red moon. I don't know if you guys ever heard about that or studied about it. But I started doing research on it and starting to learn more about it. And here at Combine, the red moon phase is supposed to be really, really good this week. And judging by the app, it's said to deal with field edges somewhat or later in the evening. So that's what we're going to try to do today. By the next time we get out, we're going to hunt a transition line. And I've got a spot already picked out for that. So if we don't end up killing a big buck tonight, or, well, I honestly would rather shoot a doe. Got a doe tag burning hole in my pocket for this county, so. We're going to put a doe down, get some meat in the freezer, break the rust off. And then, hopefully in the next few days, or in the next 3-4 weeks, be able to drop a nice buck. I also hunt behind my house, and I know a few good bucks roll through there, so I might end up saving my buck tag for one of them. Had a few encounters with the 3 that run behind my place last year, and they should be good deer this year, so. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and yeah, I'm gonna sit tight, get comfortable, and we're gonna see if something comes in on us tonight. Just remember, snacks are important. A lot of people like Little Debbie's. Some people like sandwiches. It's good old jerky, which is a trick. I really want some deer jerky though. So I've had this deer out in front of me for about 20 minutes now, sitting at 35 yards. I could easily schwack that deer, but it's a little young, and I can't tell if it says a young doe or a button buck. That's why I like shooting like 2-year-old does, or at least a 2-year-old doe, so you at least know that they're a doe and not a little button buck. So I'm gonna let that one walk for now. It's good to know that that deer has no idea I'm here. I got the wind in my face. That deer just kind of melted on being a deer. Couldn't count it. I've had 2 different groups of turkeys come in and work. Actually, when I showed up, there were 2 big gobblers, 2 big toms at the end of the field. And once I got set up in my tree, they ended up feeding off. Then a big group came, and I heard a 3rd group because a hen was yelping at them. And they started to move towards them, and then they moved back off into the brush. Like half of them went one way, half of them went the other. This deer has been out here for like a half hour though. Like stood halfway in the bush and just kind of ate. It's weird. But the evening's still young and there's still plenty Open disable before the night's over.
Here's a little tip for you. If you see a deer staring off in a direction, most likely something is coming from that way. That young deer is staring off like back that way. That tells me that something's over there. She kind of lifted her tail up just a little bit. She's not spooked, but there's something over there. There's a helpful tip for you out here when you got deer out in the field or deer in front of you. Don't let me tell you a deer's coming before you sees it, the other deer. See, what did I tell you? It's been maybe 45 seconds. And the little spike is full on it now. Deer number 2, deer number 3. Can't quite tell what that deer is. If she makes her way over this way, I'm gonna shoot her. I hope she does.
Meh. So, we're back home. It was an interesting night. So, as you saw, like right at the end there, them 2 bucks kind of worked up out of the field. Then I noticed a doe came from the way they went. And when I was sitting there watching that doe, I was hoping she was gonna work towards me because it was a good doe, and I was gonna smoke her. Well, as I'm watching this doe, maybe 45 seconds to a minute, I heard walking off to my right, and that little trail that connects the 2 food plots, or that that vehicle path that connects the 2 food plots, I heard a crunch. So I look over, and I saw 1 doe pop out. So I went to grab my bow, and that doe was paying attention. The doe that was at 15 yards was paying attention to the doe that was out in the field, and she was a little jumpy because she didn't know who she was. And when I went to grab my bow, I heard a stomp. There was a second bigger doe behind that first one who caught me grabbing my bow. And if the front doe would have stopped 3 feet short or 3 feet long than from where she stopped at, I could have killed her. Because that little branch came down and was blocking my view. And I don't know why it works out that way, but it always does. There's always this one little branch that is perfectly covering the deer's vitals. So that back doe was sitting there stomping at me, and eventually the first doe that walked out turned around, started heading back towards the second doe, and she took a few steps. I went to draw my bow. I went to slow draw it, and my arrow squeaked on my rest, and she took off like a bat out of hell. But that's hunting. If you're able to kill a deer every time, it'd be called killing, not hunting, right? But live and learn. I'm gonna try a few different things to try to get rid of that squeak. I don't know what I'm gonna try. Maybe a little bit of bow wax inside of it to kind of lube it up so it slides freely. I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions on how to fix an arrow squeaking in your rest, because I don't think it's done that before until today, naturally. But yeah, if you have any remedies to fix that, instead of putting felt on it, because if I put felt or a new felt pad, it could change the impact of my arrow, which I guess I could change and then shoot it and see where it's hitting. But I'm gonna try something before I completely change that pad out. I've got a couple of spares inside of my my bow shop, so I could throw one on it and just be done with it. But then it has the possibility of changing my impact because the arrow could be sitting different in the rest. But yeah, that's the way she goes. If you guys like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit that dislike button. And make sure to subscribe. My channel is growing relatively fast, so if you want to keep up with my hunts, and this year's, I'm pretty sure the series is called a Bowhunters Fall. I'm gonna do like episodes of it, so every hunt's gonna be an episode, whether I shoot a deer or not. Just kind of showing you the struggles of deer season as we go through it. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the storytelling, and I might do like a big movie at the end where it's like my entire season in one movie. It's gonna be like an hour and a half long or something like that, but it's gonna be like cinematic as all hell. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Tomorrow I'm going to hunt with Steve and his buddy from Arizona. Steve's the owner and operator of Apex Predator Treestands. So yeah, I get to go out and film them. I'm not gonna be hunting. I'm just gonna be filming for them. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, guys, hunt smart, hunt safe, and I'll see y'all out in the woods.